Welcome to Wrightstown High School, site for tonight's Northeastern Conference first place showdown between the visiting Freedom Irish and the host Wrightstown Tigers. It's another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, we call him Rosie. We're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And boy, oh boy, this is the big one. This is the one that will possibly determine the winner of the NEC. Both these teams come in 9-2 in the conference. Wrightstown's 12-3 overall. Freedom's 11-3. And Brett, I know this was one that you had circled way back after we did the first matchup between these two teams. Ready to see the rematch here.
Ricardo, two teams that year in and year out are so even. I mean, you look at the scores of the game, they're typically close, neighboring communities, they know each other. And I don't expect anything different this time. Now, the first time around, Freedom took it to Wrightstown a little bit. Now, Wrightstown, though, some bumps and bruises, I guess, sustained through the football season. So, to be expected, this Tigers team is now playing some of its basketball of the season. But these two teams, I think, have separated themselves in the Northeastern Conference. There's a tier below these two, but obviously, I think the winner of this game gets a leg up. They're both tied atop the NEC standings, and it's going to be very fascinating to see how these two teams end up playing each other tonight, because I'm guessing that because they know each other so well, they're probably going to have to kind of maybe mix it up a little bit and maybe surprise the other. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one plays out. It's unfortunate in the era of COVID. We were talking about this before we went on. This place would be bananas. I mean, it's one of the best games of the night in the area, and it's just unfortunate that you can't have that atmosphere that's going to match the intensity of this game.
Yeah, two good teams, two great communities, and two great coaches, Brett. Hayes and Myron, respectively for Wrightstown. Well, I should say Wrightstown and respectively. Let me start out with some Wrightstown notes, Brett, then you can finish up with Freedom. These notes, again, compiled by Brett Christopherson, as he does before every game. So thank you, Brett. Tigers enter tonight's contest ranked 5th in Division III in this week's Associated Press State Poll and 6th in Division III in this week's WisSport.net States Coaches Poll. And they're coming off a 71-49 win over Little Chute on Tuesday in a Northeastern Conference game at Little Chute. Sam Hayes and Joe Hella, they led the way for Wrightstown. They both scored 19. Hella was 8 for 9 from the field and also finished with a team-high 6 boards. Hayes added 3 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. Matthew Hansen scored 15 points for the Tigers and went 5 of 7 from three-point range, also credited with 6 assists and 3 steals. Jack Van Zeelen finished with 11 points and 4 assists. And overall, Wrightstown shot 59% from the floor and knocked down 10 of its 18 three-point attempts. Tigers defense limited to Little Chute to 33% shooting. And on the season, Hayes is Wrightstown's leading scorer at 19 points per game. Remember, Brett, when we did the first matchup, he had just come back from an injury. He seems to be rounding into shape now. His 19 points per game, that ranks 3rd in the NEC. He's shooting 46% overall, 38% from three-point range, and he's knocked down 33 triples. Hansen's next at 16.3 points per game on 47% shooting. His 55 threes leads the team, and he's shooting 44% from beyond the arc. And Van Zeelen, he's 3rd in scoring at 11.5 points on 46% shooting. His 36 three-pointers are 2nd on the team, and he's shooting 40% from distance. So a team that can do it from all over the court, Brett, especially from the three-point line. Hella's 11.2 points, rank 4th on the team. He's shooting 58% overall. And Hella and Hayes are the Tigers' top rebounders at 8.1 and 7.4 per game, respectively. Hella's rebounding total is 3rd in the league. Hansen and Van Zeelen averaging 4.4 and 4.2 assists, respectively, to lead the way in that category. And Hansen's assists total, that ranks 3rd in the NEC. As a team, Wrightstown's averaging 68.5 points a game and allowing 58.5. Tigers are shooting 46% overall, 37% from three-point range, and their 143 total three-pointers rank as the 4th most in the state.
How about that?
Amazing. They're limiting opponents to 43% shooting, and they hold a rebounding edge of 33.5 per game to 21.9. That's something to watch in this game against the Irish. Now, their next game for the Tigers at O'Connell Falls on Tuesday in an NEC matchup. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. What can you tell me about those Freedom Irish, Brett?
Hey, I can tell you that Freedom comes in 11-3 overall, 9-2, just like the Tigers in the Northeastern Conference. Again, the two top teams going at it. The Irish are receiving votes in Division II in this week's Associated Press State poll. We're going to talk about the division.
I know I actually
reshuffling.
ranked them in the top 10.
I think they would have been top 10 in Division 3, but moving up to D2 kind of messes things up.
I had
a
them,
bit.
I think, at 10.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
We can talk about that at halftime, just kind of the reshuffling, what's going on with the COVID wreaking havoc still on high school basketball and high school sports, but at least they're playing games, right, Ricardo, and that's the important thing. But anyway, as I said, the Irish receiving votes in Division 2 in this week's Associated Press State poll, and they're coming off a 77-35 rout of Marinette on Tuesday. That was a Northeastern Conference game at Freedom. Now, we don't have stats for the game, but I do have the most updated team stats for the Irish heading into their game against Marinette. Again, these are the stats, the player stats going into Tuesday's game. So Landon Van Kalster, Freedom's leading scorer, at 16.8 points per game. He was also tied with Jaden Benke for the team lead in three-pointers with 22. Austin Balk, he had a sensational game in the first meeting. I think he had 21 points. Was
yes.
Fantastic. Looked sensational out there. He's next in scoring for Freedom at 10.2 points, followed by Austin Peterson at 10 points. Peterson was leading the way in rebounding at 7 per game. Balk's 4.8 assists were tops on the team in that category. As a team, Freedom is averaging 66.6 points and allowing 48.6. So both teams can get up and down the floor, score the basketball, and I think we're going to see some. I'm expecting a high-scoring game tonight for some reason. I know both teams pride themselves on defense as well, but too many good skilled players and athletes out there. I think we're going to see a fun back-and-forth game. The Irish shooting 50% overall, 38% from three-point range. They're allowing 48.6 points per game defensively, and they're limiting opponents to 39% shooting and just 29% from distance. Now get this. Freedom's next game, they're home tomorrow night against Sun Prairie.
Whoa!
Sun Prairie's coming up here to play Freedom. That's a non-conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. And I was chatting with John Myron earlier today and talking a little bit about that Sun Prairie game. That's what you get with all the COVID stuff going on. A one-time, 1 year only. We saw it in football. Now we're seeing it in basketball. Some interesting matchups. You're never going to see Sun Prairie come up to Freedom and take them on again in a non-conference game.
Right, exactly.
At least in the foreseeable future. So
one that wasn't at least a home and away kind
yeah,
of setup.
so I guess a silver lining, if you will. It's kind of neat to see some of these matchups. Also, we're kind of seeing almost like back-to-backs, like teams playing each other very soon after facing each other for the first time. Not this case. These two teams played back in December, but I know there have been some games in the Fox Valley Association. It was like, well, they just played each other. Now they're playing each other again. So you try to get these games in as best you can, and thankfully, knock on wood, we're doing that. We're getting close. It's not too far off. You can kind of see it. Tournament season is getting close. It's particularly on the girls' side.
Well, we're expecting a great matchup tonight. Again, this team doesn't matter what sport, Brett. Always a great rivalry between these two, and I'm glad that they are in the same conference. Now, in years past, that wasn't the case.
The old Eastern Valley,
Yeah.
that was Wrightstown was with Brilliant and that school. Those
the
schools.
Olympian, is that what it was?
They were in the Olympian way back when. I can't remember if that was called the Olympian then, though.
Okay.
Previous to when they came into the league. It's a great addition. All this league is missing now is, you want to reshuffle a little bit. Xavier. You put a Xavier, a Freedom, a Wrightstown, a Little Chute, and a Fox Valley Lutheran all together. That's a nice group right there of pretty competitive schools.
Yeah, Brett, you mentioned Freedom now is in D2.
Yes.
And actually, I talked to Coach Vanderloop for my column today about that. Now, for Freedom, obviously the girls are the number one ranked team, or they were the number one ranked team in Division 3. Now, they're still in the top 10 for Division 2, but for them, they're excited. And let's be honest, they have the roster that can compete with. Now that Beaver Dam's out of D2, they have a roster that can compete with anyone, in my opinion, in Division 2 for girls. The boys, good team, just out on the edge in terms of a top 10 team. So in Division 2, I would say, but they're a team that can still do some damage in the postseason in D2. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out. Now, Wrightstown staying in D3,
yeah,
very advantageous for them.
Well, no kidding. And I was curious. I was going to look it up. I didn't get a chance today. I got busy with some other stuff. But I'm wondering the enrollment breakdown. There can't be that much difference between Freedom's enrollment and Wrightstown's enrollment that pushes Freedom up to Division II and keeps. And Little Chute goes up to Division II as well.
Yeah, and it's probably about 150. I mean, it's 100 to 150
yeah, it's gotta
difference.
Be
yeah,
close. So,
but that's what you get when Madison and Milwaukee opt out of the tournament. You got to reshuffle the deck. I think the WI did a good job. There's around 89 to 90 teams in each division. If you look at the breakdown, Brett, they did a good job of trying to do the best they could. Right?
It is what it is.
Yeah,
as
I mean
say.
they made lemonade out of some sour lemons there.
Yeah.
So. Kudos to them for doing it, because at least we're going to have a tournament. It's going to be a little altered. It's going to look a little different, but we are going to have a state tournament, which is a good reward for a lot of these players.
A great reward, and we were talking about this on Tuesday night when we streamed the Hortonville West Appear game up at West Appear, and you look at those two schools now go up to Division I. I know
Right.
West Appear is kind of in that same regional as Kimberly
Yeah.
and Nina. I mean,
Very.
hey, here's your reward.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to push you up to Division I. You're going to play those two schools.
And West Appear's a fine team.
Yeah.
But, man, you saw them against Hortonville, Brett, a team that plays mostly D1 schools, and a little bit of a difference there, in my opinion, in terms of overall speed and tempo.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But first things first, let's get this game out of the way. Can't wait for side out. We can't say tip-off anymore here in COVID. It's going to be Freedom starting with the side out. But first things first, beyond that, is we're going to hear our national anthem.
Sports medicine services are provided by Roland Schmidt of Bellin Health, the official partner of Wrightstown Athletics and the Green Bay Packers. The Northeast Conference, along with the WIAA, require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at these activities is a privilege, with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating these high ideals is greatly appreciated. Per NEC spectator guidelines, please keep face masks on at all time and physical distance from those not in your household. And at this time, we would like to invite our people to please rise, remove your hat, place your hand over your heart, and join our players and coaches in honoring America and those who protect it with our national anthem.
All right, just a few moments away from the start of tonight's Northeastern Conference boys basketball game between the visiting Freedom Irish and the host Wrightstown Tigers.
A 5'11" senior, number 3, Austin Ball.
As we see the starting lineup for Freedom being announced.
6'4" senior, number 12, Austin Peterson. 6'7" junior, number 30, Landon Van Kelster. And a 6'4" senior, number 32, Jaden Bain.
So let's get the starting lineup for Freedom. Austin Balk, Jace Midbon, Austin Peterson, Landon Van Kelster, and Jaden Banky. That's your starting lineup for the Freedom Irish. Jack Van Zeelen will start at one guard for the Tigers.
Number 20,
Matthew Hansen, we talked about him.
6'2"
senior. Jake Van Zeelen, 6' junior. Sam Hayes, 6'3" senior.
6'4" senior, number 33.
And Joe Hella, 6'4" senior. Doing a little turn me loose lover boy here, Rosie. I know you like that.
Here we go, talking music again.
We love music, and especially kind of cheesy, kitschy 80s rock, right,
Here
Rosie?
we go.
But yeah, we're about to get started here, Brett. And again, as we do with the COVID, there is no jump ball.
Nope, side
Freedom,
out.
Yeah, Freedom will start. And we're expecting a good one here, Brett. I'm expecting this one to go right down to the end of the fourth quarter.
Let's hope so, because that's what I want to see, a good high school basketball game on a cold January night as we are underway at Wrightstown High School. Got to thank Craig Hayes, the athletic director here. We're always
very good with us.
Better than good. He's fantastic. Oh, nice seal and score for Peterson. Good entry pass, Ricardo.
Yeah, a lot of patience shown right away on the first possession for Freedom. Able to get that bucket, working it down low.
Entry pass onto the block, and Peterson again sealing off the defender and had an easy point-blank land to start this game. So that was a good battle right there. Good defense as Joe Hella misses the shot for the Tigers. There you can see there Peterson trying to post up again against Hella. So that's going to be an interesting matchup down low. Freedom Peterson and Hella for the Tigers, but instead, how about Jack Van Zeelen with a triple?
Yeah, I thought Wrightstown showed a lot of good court awareness to find that open shooter and able to drain that three, Brett. And again, we talked about them, the third or fourth best team shooting three-pointers.
Yeah, fourth in all
fourth.
divisions. Looking up that stat today, and again, that's according to the stats on wisports.net. And that's going to be thrown away. Turnover for the Irish, 3-2. Wrightstown with the early lead. Nice to see a decent little crowd here. They're going to bring in some noise, give us some atmosphere. Be fun. Easy car ride away, Freedom and Wrightstown. That makes this rivalry even more intense. Of course, and then you date back as a long-time rivalry, going back to those Olympian Conference days. And as you said, Ricardo, doesn't matter the sport. As Hayes, his first look, and Hella gets the board. There's a good matchup, Hayes and Van Kelster, but Hayes scores. Attacking the rim.
One of our Fab Five, which were released today, is Sam Hayes. We'll talk more about that at the halftime, Brett.
Again, you see that. There's Balk with a good look. Wow. Woo! Nothing but net.
Yeah.
Looked good all the way right off his fingertips and splashes it. So Balk, he gets in the scoring column. First triple of the night for the Irish. I was just going to say that's really going to be a fun battle between Peterson and Hella on the offensive end for Freedom. Really working hard on these first few possessions, trying to post up, and Hella trying to hold his ground defensively. Hansen, he's looking. And Hella, is he going to get the bucket? It falls in. Good little two-man game right there, working with each other.
Brett, I got actually a text from our guy, Steve Klister.
Yeah.
He said, hey, enrollment cutoff for D3 basketball was 453. Wrightstown is the biggest D3 school. Lake Mills and Wrightstown were each 453.
There's Balk again. That's good to know. We appreciate the information.
Yeah, and he said Lake Mills went up to D2. Wrightstown is D3. So thank you.
So it was close.
Thank you, Coach Klister, for giving us that more specific info on that. But very advantageous for Wrightstown, though, Brett. Again, to stay in D3, I think they have a really great shot at doing some things.
I do too. Good pass from Hansen to Hella. There's some good basketball going on both sides. Ricardo, kind of like I thought. Both of these offenses playing at a high level right now.
Well, and I say that with Wrightstown, even if things had stayed true, they would have done a good job in D3. But now with Xavier and Freedom out of there, that's the road's a little less muddied for them.
Jace Midbond with the miss for Freedom. I like how sharing the basketball, moving on both sides, both offenses doing really well. A lot of different guys involved, playing a great team game right now, and we'll see if these two defenses can tighten up. As Hayes with a deep shot, no good, but that was a great rebound by Jake Van Zeelen. Second chance. We talk about that all the time. We talked about that a lot in the Hortonville West of Pier game. You can't give good offenses too many opportunities
Yeah.
on this end. Yeah, if you're Freedom, obviously you want to crash the glass and make it a one and done.
Yeah, for Wrightstown, they already have 4 rebounds, Brett.
Look at Hella working hard off the glass, can't get it, and Peterson with a good rebound for the Irish. Balk, he's been picked up right where he left off from the last time we streamed, which was the first time we saw these two teams. Van Calster misses from the top. And a very fast pace, but Balk very smooth for the Irish. I think he's a very underrated point guard in the area.
Oh, I would agree, Brett. He does all the things that show up in the box score and the things that don't show up in the box score. As we have a foul. Looks like they'll go to the line to shoot 2 on that one, BC. We're here in the Wrightstown wrestling room, Brett. Always amazed at the facilities here at Wrightstown, and they take their wrestling serious here, Brett.
This looks like Freedom. Ricardo's going to burn a timeout.
Of course, you remember Wrightstown won the Division II state title last season. I was able to watch that team tournament. Great team. They and Kakan are kind of the flag bearers for wrestling in the post-Crescent coverage era, and Freedom as well. Freedom, I think, won it a couple years ago in D2.
Always good athletics up and down in this
yeah,
conference.
and look at if you turn to your right, Brett, we see the Wall of Fame, and it has a whole list of the wrestling state qualifiers. They have another huge plaque that shows all the conference championships. So they really take this serious here, Brett. The wrestling facility here is second to none.
It's
it
fantastic,
is amazing,
isn't it?
Yes, and that's good. The athletes know that they take this serious and that they invest in the kids, and that is what's most important, Brett, investing in your student athletes.
Are you going to start preaching again?
I might have to
hear it? Are you talking about somebody?
Because Freedom has a little problem with that, in my opinion. I don't mean the players. I'm talking about the community.
Go ahead. Keep talking. You saying their Freedom's facilities, maybe a little bit of an upgrade needed.
Yes, and they got to quit being cheap. And
that's Ricardo, everybody.
Start paying for these. You got to keep pace.
Well, there are some very good facilities in this Northeastern Conference, without a doubt. And we're in one right now. There's a 3 from the top. Wow. How about that? Is that Midbond?
Yeah.
That's a huge three-pointer.
Now, if I remember right, Midbond had a little bit of a quiet game the first game, Brett, but he is really playing well early on to start in this one.
Again, both offenses just impressed, really clicking. And this is going to be fun. I mean, I love this back and forth. I'm sure the coaches want to say, hey, let's lock down here on defense. There's Hayes. You know he's going to shoot that. And again, a offensive rebound. Hansen from the corner. Look at that. Second chance points, Ricardo, off of the offensive glass by Jake Van Zeelen. Kicks it out to Hansen for the triple. Hansen with 5 for the Tigers. Van Calster, he's going to let it fly. And Hella, good box out.
Yeah, that's Hella using that big old frame to get that rebound. Hayes almost losing it out of bounds.
Well, credit Balk, because I think Hayes was going to get it and shoot it, so Balk at least got his hand in the way, and now Wrightstown's going to have to run a little offense. Hayes trying to back in, but Van Calster holding his ground, and Wrightstown resets. Working off that screen. Oh, good
nice
hands.
block, Van Calster.
Is that Van Calster who got his hand on that?
Is that, no, wait, I'm sorry. That's
I think
number
it was
32. Yes,
Benke.
Yes, it was Benke.
Good ball movement again. Working Benke now from the corner. Hits it. Wow. Good game here.
Yeah, Freedom has an answer for everything as Hayes. Not able to connect there.
Living up to its billing. A fast start. Three-pointers flying from both ends. And we're going to get a foul first of the game for the Tigers. That's going to go against Matthew Hansen. 14-13, the Tigers. Hey, guys, I'm doing a little bit better job keeping pace with the scoreboard. As you can see, if you're longtime viewers of our Varsity Game of the Week live streams, now Rosie has added team fouls for me to keep track of on the scoreboard.
Good.
And I haven't messed it up yet.
Keep you out of trouble.
I
keep you busy.
I had a hard time. I have a hard time chewing gum and walking at the same time. What do you expect me to do with keeping book?
We got our best guy on the job, though.
keeping the scoreboard. This game's going so fast that you can't afford to look down. Good patience by Freedom. I think Balk was thinking about it on the wing, but kicks it now to Van Kelster at the top. Oh, nice little shot fake or head fake, ball fake, as now Balk has it. Good defense by the Tigers.
Yeah. Definitely Wrightstown up in that pressure, making things very difficult for the Irish.
You can see John Myron, the Freedom coach, clapping his hands. He likes the patience. Oh, nice little move. Oh, Balk kicks it out. I thought he was going to take it to the rim. Van Kelster, tough shot. Ooh, little off the side of the backboard. Quickly down the floor is Wrightstown. That one is a miss. That was Jack Van Zeelen, and here come the Irish. I'm actually now surprised when the shots aren't falling.
Wrightstown's not afraid to put it up right away, Brett.
No, under Corey Hayes, they've always been kind of known to get out in transition, move that basketball fast, get the guys down the floor, and it's tough to simulate, I think, in practice because, again, look at how quickly they're down the floor. They're attacking the rim left hand. No
didn't
good.
Finish. That was a good idea, though.
Jack Van Zeelen, the senior. Now Balk's going to go up and off the glass and just taking it to the rim, and Irish with the lead.
Yeah, first lead for the Irish since the very first bucket, Brett.
How about Balk with 7 quick points for Freedom? Van Zeelen trying to get around Balk. Blocked. Oh, a late call. I think they're going to call a 2-shot foul against Austin Balk, and he's kind of trying to plead his case. That's okay,
a little bit.
I do know this. The official's not going to change his mind. So that puts Jack Van Zeelen at the line. His first attempts from the stripe. He has a 3-pointer earlier tonight, looking to add to his scoring total, and can't get the first one to fall through. Appreciate everybody watching tonight's game. PostCrescent.com. Also a Green Bay Press Gazette.com. Wrightstown, one of those schools that is a multiple.
Straddles the coverage.
Yeah, Post Crescent and Press Gazette. Seymour's the same way. So we welcome our Green Bay audience as well. Trying to get. Well, we were at West Pier. We got West Pier on Tuesday. Wouldn't mind seeing De Pere at some point. We got the Bayport girls on earlier, so trying to do our best to do as many multi-market games as we can. Problem is, there's so many good teams and players, and it's tough.
That's why they put the best man on the job.
Hey,
you again, Brad.
We've done well. We've seen a lot of the teams already so far this basketball season, both boys and girls. Good job by Benke just to hold on to that. Shot misfired. That was Blake Courts with the miss.
Foul on Freedom.
Hey, if you're watching from somewhere far away and you are a Twitter user, give us a tweet at PCBretzi, at PCRicardo. Let us know. Take a picture.
Take a picture.
It's always kind of fun when the college kids, the alum, are watching from their dorms or their, I don't know, is college back in session or is it still virtual?
I think so.
I don't know anything anymore. So if you're in an apartment or something, let us know. It's always fun to hear. Five-second call, yeah. So
oh, no, it's a foul, Brett. Okay.
Okay, so that's against the Tigers.
That counts as a turnover.
Two team fouls apiece. I checked that. Freedom has 3. See, I already messed up the scoreboard.
Come on, Brett.
Nice rebound by number 5, Riley Like. Ooh, deep 3. Is that Hansen?
I think it was.
He didn't need much space.
No.
Well, again, one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the state, not afraid to let it fly. Good ball movement by the Irish.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, that's Blake Courts with the triple and a timeout coming for Wrightstown.
30-second timeout.
So 30-second timeout now for Corey Hayes. That gives me an opportunity to look back at this first game, a game we streamed. Freedom beat Wrightstown 65-53. That was back on December 4th. That was at Freedom High School. Austin Balk led the Irish with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. He also hit 3 3-pointers. Landon Van Kelster was next with 19 points. Austin Peterson finished with 7 rebounds for the Irish. Jack Van Zeelen scored 12 points to lead Wrightstown. But going back to last season, these two teams played two very intense, close battles. Wrightstown won the first meeting 53-50 right here, and then the Tigers followed that up with a 62-60 victory. And then Wrightstown ended up advancing, as we all know, to the sectional final in D3. Beat a very good Xavier team in a game we streamed at Brilliant High School. There's a turnover. Van Kelster has it. He's got numbers, 2-on-1. No, he's going to take it up and in. He takes the steal, gets the bucket. But then, of course, as we all know, Wrightstown wasn't able to finish its season as COVID halted everything, but they were going to take on Sheboygan Falls. That was going to be an interesting game. That felt like Wrightstown was finally going to get that elusive first state tournament trip. And Ricardo, yet another turnover.
Yeah, back-to-back empty possessions for Wrightstown. I should say actually 3 consecutive.
Freedom doing a great job of just getting in the way of the passing lanes, getting their hands up. That was a tough shot by Van Kelster. Hella rips it down, and here come the Tigers right down the floor.
Yeah, Brett, right now the Freedom is on a 6-0 run.
Oh, good post up by Hella. Tough shot. And they're going to get a foul, and Hella's going to the line.
.609 left here in the first half. Freedom with a nice little run here. Actually, a 10-4 run overall the Irish are on.
Hella has 4 points. And 2 big free throws coming up here to kind of stem the tide, but can't get it to fall. So Wrightstown right now in 5 trips to the line, just 2 of 5. And, you know, free throw shooting, we anticipate this being a close game. Well, it's obviously going to make a difference here. Let's see if Wrightstown start getting a little bit better from the stripe. Hella gets that one to rattle through, so he's got 5, and it's a 5-point game.
I might remind that, Freedom's doing a lot of this without Balk on the floor. Brad is Hayes with the rebound. They now have 12 overall.
I don't think, well, there's a little steal. Good hands. That was number 2, Tyson Lonergan, just knocked it away. Now a turnover back, and they're going to say, wow, over and back is the call. No argument from Corey Hayes. You can hear the Wrightstown fans across from us. They want an explanation.
But concerning for Wrightstown, that's their 5th turnover, Brett, and it's all come within the last few minutes. So a little spurt here of sloppy play by the Tigers. Can they correct that?
Wrightstown ranked 5th in the state. I know you voted for them.
I did. I know I voted for both teams in some fashion.
Good look and good finish. How about Van Kelster finding Austin Peterson underneath? Assists are just as good as buckets, right, Ricardo?
Absolutely.
You know,
I don't know what those are. I just end up shooting.
Assist count, to me, those are the same as a bucket. Hansen working hard. And, yeah, that was just a good defense, really pushing Hansen towards that baseline, and Balk was there for the steal. Again, off the glass, and, well, they're going to say offensive foul.
Interesting.
I think that's going to go against Jace Midbon.
Boy, that was a break for Wrightstown, Brett. Right now, they're in a little bit of a funk. They need to switch things around. Maybe that nice defensive play will help spark that.
Check that. That's actually Austin. Yeah, they had Austin Peterson's number on the scoreboard, but it is against Midbon. So he picks up the first personal, 5 team fouls. Freedom doing a great job just jumping that ball. There's not a lot of space.
No, they're doing a
And-
great job of defending that three as
Yes,
well.
playing good perimeter defense because they know Wrightstown likes to let it fly, so they're not giving them anything real clean. I think if you're Wrightstown, just be patient, work those screens. Something's going to get open. Almost a steal by Peterson. That was, again, good defense by Midbond, forcing Jacob Van Zeelen, again, pinning him against that baseline, using that baseline as a third defender. So the Freedom defense really doing a good job of funneling the action away and really closing off the court space. There's Hayes coming off the screen, just can't get that shot to fall. Hayes just with the bucket so far, looking for that first triple of the night. He'll get hot. Van Kelster thought about it. Oh, a little high-low,
I
but
like that.
good help defense from the backside by number 4, Jack Van Zeelen. Again, looking for that high-low. The help was late, and Peterson going to the line.
Yeah, they got Hayes trying to scramble back, Brett, and defend on that play.
Fouls on Sam Hayes.
I like that Freedom went right back to it.
Again, Hayes, I should say both these teams, this is the fight for the conference championship and more or less, wouldn't you say, Brett? I mean, both these teams, each one of these possessions is going to be critical.
Yeah, we'll talk about kind of what's to come for these two teams here maybe at the next dead ball, but the schedule's going to stay difficult for Freedom. I think the schedule eases up a bit for Wrightstown moving forward. So if the Tigers could somehow pull this one off, I would think things would be looking pretty good, but you never know, and especially this year. Things have been just disjointed, and we're going to get a little travel call. So a turnover for the Tigers. How many
Brett,
is that now?
Yeah, now within the, I think from the 8 minutes left on, we've had 7 turnovers by, or 6 of the 7 turnovers by Wrightstown.
A lot of empty possessions for the Tigers and an offense that can really light it up.
Yeah, right now, Brett, it's a 14-1 run by Freedom.
Wow.
Wrightstown led 14-10 at one point as that one's rims out.
Yeah,
Howell with the rebound.
I thought Benke was going to nail that one again. There's Peterson saving it in another turnover. Boy, Peterson hustling down the floor, causing yet another miscue by the Wrightstown Tigers, and now we're going to get an offensive foul.
Team control foul is on number 12, Austin Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson called with the whistle, Brett, and that's the 4th turnover now for Freedom.
16 fouls now for Freedom, so Wrightstown shooting free throws the rest of the way. And looks like the official wants to talk things over with the scorers table. They're looking at the scoreboard. Not sure what the situation is.
Rosie, nice camera work there.
I don't know if the clock didn't start. I guess I didn't catch what was going on. Good crew out here tonight. I can recognize some of those guys even with the masks on their face. There's Hayes, tough take, but he's going to go to the line.
Fouls on courts, his first. Team foul number 7, Sam Hayes shooting 2.
Kind of a quiet night so far for Hayes. Let's see if he can get on track. Averaging over 19 points a game for the Tigers.
That's now 3 points for Sam.
Matthew Hansen back in for Wrightstown Hayes shooting 1.
Of course, Sam's father, Corey, in his 23rd season here at Wrightstown. Boy, he still looks young.
Hayes for 2.
He's coached that basketball that long, doesn't even have any gray hair. That's crazy. Dealing with all the stress and
Yeah. Good genes, Brett.
but all 3 of his sons, Sam, Luke, and Zach, all starred for the Tigers. And Hayes, nice little shot fake, clears some space, hits it.
Sam Hayes
Just like that.
for 3.
And And maybe Sam is going to get going. He now has 7.
Yeah, the game's now down to 2 possessions, Brett.
Just nice textbook fundamental stuff, right? Does a little shot fake, gets the defender in the air, clears space, moves over, and hits the 3. There's a nice offensive rebound for Freedom. Van Kelster leaner, block, and he's going to go to the line, and I think the Tigers bench likes it too much.
Brett, that was a nice move to the interior by Van Kelster. Really was aggressive, went to the hoop. He'll be shooting 2.
So that's Sam Hayes' second. So Coach Hayes has maybe a decision to make. I would think you want to get Sam out of the game with 2:10 remaining here in this half. You don't want to pick up a cheapie. And that's exactly what Coach Hayes is going to do. That's Van Kelster. That's his first free throw. He's got 3 points now for the Irish, I should say. Been kind of fun to watch him grow over the years. Only a junior. Van Kelster, 6'7" junior, misses the second. And Hansen corrals the loose ball. But really developing into a fine presence underneath for John Myron's Freedom Irish. Both sides, right, Ricardo? Good players, just excellent athletes.
These are 2 of the better Division III primarily programs with, in terms of athletics, Brett, a lot of athletes here in both communities.
And multi-sport athletes as well. And not just basketball. I mean, we know some of those football players that we saw in the streams that we did are doing some wrestling now, too, and they're pretty good on the mat.
Another turnover for Wrightstown, Brett.
Ball, good work off the screen, and they're going to call offensive foul, though. Didn't see who got there. I think that was Justin Lamers for the Tigers. I thought Balk had a clear path to the basket, but Lamers must have got there just in the nick of time to draw the foul.
How many fouls is that for him? Was that his first?
That's Balk's second I've got.
Yeah, I believed it was his second as well.
They only have 1 on the scoreboard.
I think they're correcting it, Brett.
Yeah, I could hear. I think the Wrightstown fans are keeping track because it sounded like they were squawking a little bit when the scoreboard said that was only his first. I got him down for 2. We'll see. And another turnover.
Woo. Brett, that's the 10th turnover for Wrightstown. Way too many.
Hey, by the way, not to change subject a little bit, but our guy, Dan Powers, he's shooting photos tonight for postcrescent.com, and he's on the bleachers, actually, Rosie. There he is, Dano. And zoom in. There he is, the man. So check out his photo gallery and his great work later tonight on postcrescent.com and pressgazette.com.
He's a state treasure, Brett. He's shot Olympics, Super Bowls, anything and everything.
Jake Van Zeeland, his first. Team foul number 6.
Okay, so that's the 6th team. I must have missed one there.
Correction, team foul 5.
Yeah, I was right. See, I got to trust my book and not looking at the scoreboard.
Oh, that was a travel that wasn't called. Van Zeeland with the rebound.
Oh, nice. Oh! Got a little too far into the basket for Jacob Van Zeeland. And now with 40 seconds, what does John Myron and the Irish, what do they want to do? Hold for one shot, or are they going to?
I don't think so. They look like they're aggressive.
Yeah, they're in attack mode, aren't they? Van Kelster got past, and no offensive foul.
Oh, that's 3. Brett, you got to adjust if you're the players on the court because they are calling that close.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't think that was an offensive foul, but they are calling it. So now you've seen it 3 times tonight.
Unless, we don't have the angle. The officials there on the baseline, they're seeing it. Maybe there's an extension of the arm. Again, tough to see from our vantage point. But Van Kelster, he couldn't believe it. And now with 27.5 seconds to go, I have to think the Tigers are going to hold for one final shot. Why wouldn't you, right?
Exactly. I mean, either way, if you get a bucket or a 3-pointer, it's a 1-possession game going into the half.
Look for Hayes. I think he's gonna let one fly here. Hansen.
No, Hansen loves to shoot that 3 as well.
Now Hayes has it. Down to 5 seconds. You got to start moving here pretty quick. Down to 3, 2 seconds. Hansen's got it. He's going to go up, and No good. And that's how the first half comes to a close.
Freedom 25, Wrightstown 20.
I think Wrightstown with 10 turnovers is very lucky to not be down by more, actually, because they had about, a stretch there of 3 minutes where they had empty possessions and a flurry of turnovers. I'm going to update my Twitter real quick.
I don't think that's what quite the shot maybe Corey Hayes and Wrightstown was thinking. But, yeah, again, give Ricardo a follow on Twitter, PC Ricardo. And, again, I'm at Brett PC Brettsy. That's B-R-E-T-T, 2 T's. And that's the only way to spell the name, Brett. And Rosie here, Jim Rosandick, at Metal Rosie, M-E-T-A-L-R-O-S-I-E. Hey, if you're a Facebook user, give us a like on Varsity Roundtable as well. We don't plug our Facebook page near enough, but we appreciate the nice viewing audience checking things out. Stick with us. We got a lot to talk about, including our Green Bay Packers show on Monday with Alan Lazard. If you guys have missed that, where have you been all season? Been having a whole lot of fun getting to know the Lizard King all season long, and we'll talk about the big NFC Championship. And I know, Ricardo, you probably want to start out talking about, though, your Fab 5 boys and girls teams.
Yeah.
They're finally out.
And I want to start with a certain Wrightstown standout. Hayes is on the team. I'll list the other 4 shortly, but these Fab 5 digital showcases, you can find them online. There's a nice little interview there. Jim Rosandick, our guy here, he's the one who helps put it together. Done a masterful job. They're very entertaining videos. If you can, please check it out. It's on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, fdlreporter.com, and at thenorthwestern.com. Now, I say those 4 sites because this is an all-valley team. It stretches up from Green Bay and down to Fond du Lac. That's where those are the areas that we comb over to find these 5 athletes, and I think we have a good a set of 5 senior athletes to look for as we wind down the conference season heading into the postseason. We've mentioned Hayes from Wrightstown, Grant Asman from Kimberly, Brett.
Yes.
And Mason Dorn from Seymour. Parker Lawrence, we did their Hortonville West De Pere game recently. Parker Lawrence from Hortonville. And then Preston Rudinger from Oshkosh Lords. That's our 5 boys team. Let's see if I can remember the girls now, Brett. The Fab 5 girls. And, again, please look for on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, fdlreporter.com, as well as thenorthwestern.com. Chloe Van Zeelen.
Try again.
Yeah, let me try to reset. Chloe Van Zeelen of Kaukauna, Maddie Schreiber of Kimberly, Samuel Pichka from Notre Dame, and then 2 Freedom Girls. Brett, 2 Freedom Girls, Gabby Johnson and Callie Genke. Brett, all 5 of the girls have eclipsed the 1,000-point barrier. All 5 are Division I players. So when you look at that girls team, I'd match them up against anybody in the state, any starting lineup of any top players, because those 5 girls can really do it.
Yeah, I see Freedom just won 78-54 on the girls' side over Lakeland Union. Just seeing that score come through. Gabby Johnson, 14 points, 10 assists. Callie Genke, 18 points.
Callie Genke heading to UWGB.
Haley Weinberg, 10 points, 8 rebounds, and Megan Alexander also in double figures with 12 points. Yeah, I would really like to get a Freedom girls game in there at some point. Wrightstown girls, that's always been a staple as well.
They're playing much better.
Yeah.
Wrightstown girls had a little bit of a slow start, but they behind they have Leah Lemke, great player. They're really playing much, much better, and they have a nice little win-loss record going now, Brett, where earlier I think they might have been either 500 or below 500.
I want to say it's next Thursday, I believe, the Wrightstown and Freedom girls play. I think that's at Freedom, so check that out. Our next live stream, don't have that locked in yet. I do have next Saturday, Beaver Dam at Kimberly girls for sure. We're doing that one. That's an afternoon game, like a 3:30, 4 o'clock type game at Kimberly High School. That's going to be a fun one. One of the best teams in, well, I guess Beaver Dam now is in Division I as well, right?
Yes.
Beaver Dam really.
We are doing one. We're doing next week, right?
That's next Saturday.
Yeah. Oh boy, I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
one.
that'll be at Kimberly High School. So that's for sure. Trying to get a boys game on Friday. Really looking at Nina at Hortonville boys. Nina now the #1 ranked team in Division I, and really impressed with what we saw with Parker Lawrence and Hortonville the other night with West De Pere. So hoping I can get those 2 games locked in. Again, the girls game is for sure next Friday. Beaver Dam at Kimberly. Beaver Dam, a powerhouse.
Or next Saturday.
Beaver Dam, powerhouse, but they've sustained some really tough injuries too.
They lost Matty Wilkie, and then they lost, I think, another one of their guards.
So
at least for a couple weeks.
Okay, so
and they're in D1 now.
Not quite the same Beaver Dam team, maybe, but they're still very good. It doesn't look like they've lost a beat. So that's going to be a fun one to see. Two of the top teams, typically Division II in Beaver Dam, and of course Division I in Kimberly. But with the COVID reshuffling the divisions this year, Beaver Dam now moves up to D1. But I'll announce both games on my Twitter account at PCBretzi. So again, please give me a follow. That gives me an opportunity also, guys, to talk about Monday's Clubhouse Live. That's our live weekly Packers show with Alan Lazard, the Green Bay Packers wide receiver. That he goes by the nickname the Lizard King. Had a big touchdown in that divisional victory over the Rams last Saturday. Big game coming up on Sunday, of course, the NFC Championship. Green Bay, Tampa Bay. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy at Lambeau Field. Will the Packers get back to the Super Bowl for the first time in 10 years? Hoping we have a fun show on Monday and we can talk about all the good stuff that happens at Lambeau Field with number 13, Alan Lazard. That's live at 6:30. You can ask questions in real time. It's a virtual show this year. Normally we'd be at the clubhouse in downtown Appleton, but hopefully next season things will have kind of cleared up. We can get back to living some more normal lives. But you can watch virtually at any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites, including postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. clubhouselive.com, any of our Facebook pages, and that also includes Packers News, the Facebook page, and Clubhouse Live. Give us a like, Clubhouse Live on Facebook, please. And check out and subscribe to our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. And while I'm talking about subscriptions, why don't you just subscribe to one of our products, would you please? One of our digital offerings. If you're a Post-Crescent Market person watching tonight, it's very, very inexpensive to sign up for a digital subscription. You get a ton of content and coverage like this, and same with the Press Gazette. All you got to do is go on the top right of any of those sites, and there's some subscribe information. Really, it's very cheap, very reasonable. I hate to use the word cheap, but it is very inexpensive, and we would love to have you aboard. Support local journalism and support things like this and shows like Clubhouse Live. So what are you thinking? What do you think about that big Packers
in the immortal words
Buccaneers game?
Brad, before I do that, in the immortal words of the movie Grease, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
There you go.
But that Packers game, I already told you what I think during the Packers show, and this kills me to say this, but I think they're going to win because they can't continue to play this terrible in NFC Championship games. I really can't think that that's going to continue.
It bugs the Bear fan to say that, too.
Well, but, you know, it would – you better hope they win because, boy, some of the Packers and the Packer fans are talking a whole lot of mess this week, you know, thinking that they're going to score 40 points and some other nonsense. And I don't think it's going to be like that. I think they're going to win, but I think it's going to be a very close game. I think, you know, something's going to happen that you don't think of. I think maybe there'll be a blocked punt or something like that. I think something's going to happen there for Green Bay to finally break through that NFC Championship. They've lost 3 in a row.
Well, and, if you're saying the Packers special teams is going to make a play, that might be the first time this season.
No, I know, but I don't mean in the return game. I mean like that,
okay.
Like in terms of blocking a punt or something like that. Or it's a mistake maybe by Tampa Bay. The punter mishandles the punt. They get, you know, it'll be something like that. I think, in my opinion, I think if Green Bay wins a turnover battle, they win.
Oh, no doubt. That's why the Buccaneers' feast is on creating turnovers. We saw that when they killed the Packers 38-10 in Week 6. And then we saw that in last week's divisional round against the Saints, where they parlayed a whole bunch of turnovers into points.
Is Tyler Ervin playing?
I don't know, but I know Antonio Brown is out for
I was just going to say because he's kind of a little bit of a guy like for the Packers that, you know, works himself into the offense. And having no Antonio Brown, I think I'm not sure it hurts the Buccaneers because they didn't have him when they beat the Packers the first time. But he was a guy that was actually kind of getting worked into the offensive system. I think Vita Vea being back.
Well, but
is big.
How healthy is he though? Because this is the first time back in forever.
I'll tell you this much: when I saw him play, he was a man child. You needed 2 guys to block him.
I'm guessing he's not 100%.
Right.
I'm guessing.
I mean, it is a broken leg. It's not. That's not the same as a soft tissue injury.
But when you haven't been playing for an extended period of time, it's tough just to hop right back in and play at a high level.
I'll tell you this much, Brett: you're not going to go against a defense with a guy with broken ribs.
No.
So they're going to be a relatively healthy defense.
Yeah, they got fast linebackers. Hey, Mike Sherry, our guy, is predicting a Buccaneers victory, 31-23.
For that to happen, Rogers is going to have to pull another stinker, in my opinion, at the NFC title level. I don't know if that – see, that's where I'm torn, Brett. I'm a Bears fan. I just can't see him having a fourth bad game in a row.
I root for the show. I root for Clubhouse Live.
I listen to you.
That's how I watch the Packers
No,
games.
I try to do it logically. I can't. I have them winning because I don't see him having another bad game. I really don't see that happen.
Well, I root for the show in that I just want a good performance so we have a good show.
Oh,
and
okay.
It makes
Fair
for
enough.
an easier show. So, hey, let me run down the first half scoring for Freedom. Balk with 7, Midbond with 3, Peterson with 6, Courts with 3, Van Kelster with 3, and Banky with 3. For the Tigers, Jack Van Zeelen 3, Hansen with 5, Hayes with 7, and Hella with 5.
Good second half coming up, Brett. I can feel it. I'm not really being Nostradamus here, Brett, because I usually do have good games, but.
Hey, by the way, how about the passing of Hank Aaron today?
Oh, it's
that one.
You know, Brett, you talked to him at length. I know you. By the way, go ahead and promote that because Brett did some really great interviews.
Well,
with him.
we all did actually with Jim Rosandick. We were part of a group a few years ago that interviewed Bud Selig and Hank Aaron as part of a Wisconsin baseball legends package, and sat down with Hank Aaron at the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee. What a gracious, graceful, unbelievable gentleman. And you can go to postcrescent.com. You can find that story. It's actually a link within the main story. It's just about his legacy, and there's a whole bunch of really cool video clips from the interview. We recorded it so we could have some of those video clips, and well worth just hearing what he said. And I appreciate USA Today Sports getting some of those video clips out today as well for the nation to see. But man, what a legendary figure, and those are the kinds of guys that you're just like, wow, you think they'll live on forever.
You know what first off, Brett, is it someone told me this, and I don't know when he switched. I think early in his career with Milwaukee for the Braves. Would he bat cross-handed? Was that Willie Mays?
No, that was Hank Aaron.
It was Hank
Aaron. But I can't
okay.
remember the exact story and when he switched. His bat speed was unbelievable, and boy, then yesterday losing Ted Thompson and Don Sutton just the other day, and Bud Lee, the great long-time Milwaukee
loved reading
Sentinels.
him
I
when I was
did
younger.
too.
Yeah.
I was so fortunate. I got to chat with him a little bit about the Milwaukee Braves and had some email conversations with him. But Lee Remmel and Art Daly and all those guys, I'm glad I got to experience really the golden age of journalism with some of those great long-time sports writers here. So.
Well, I do. Now, I never got to the honor of meeting Mr. Aaron, but I loved watching. I don't know if it was on Nickelodeon or ESPN Classic or something. They would show the old home run derbies.
Yeah.
And he would be on there. You'd always see me win against like Duke Snyder. I can't remember some of those old guys' names, but it was always entertaining watching him compete in those, Brett.
I always love the conversations.
Yeah.
And then you had the umpire say, like,
I wish they'd show those again.
Yeah,
those were cool.
He's like a 1 out.
Yep.
I always watch those too. Good stuff. Good stuff here. A couple fouls to start this second half as now Hansen's going to let it fly. And that's going to hit the strap above the backboard. So Freedom going to inbound it. Now look at this. Wrightstown showing some pressure here. Trying to get it in bulk. Can give it back. Nope. I think Van Kelster wants to give it back to Balk, and that's what he does. Got to give these kids credit, Ricardo. They've really adjusted well playing with these masks on. Doesn't seem to bother them.
Exactly. Something we never even had to even fathom worrying about, Brett.
We're bothered wearing them just here.
Yep. I know I am, not you.
Again, a little high-low. A nice catch by Peterson from Van Kelster. Really trying to work that low post. Boy, another turnover.
Yeah, that's 11 for Wrightstown, Brett. And Freedom has befuddled Wrightstown right now. They've only scored 5 points, since about mid-point of the first half. It's really been all Freedom since that point.
Well, 7-point lead is nothing for a Wrightstown team, again, that can really let it fly, but good, open, clean looks from the perimeter have been kind of few and far between. Freedom defense doing a great job. Banky from the top. Can't get it to fall. Nice tap out Boy, Peterson really doing all the hustle stuff tonight. Gets it, scores it.
Wow, okay, was that Peterson? Okay.
Peterson scored it, but he credit with the second chance points there just from the tap out, and now Corey Hayes wants to talk it over. 9-point lead for the Irish. Full timeout coming for the Tigers.
Yeah, this ties their largest lead of the game, Brett. At one point, they led 24-15 as well in the first half.
The way this game started, I thought we were going to, and now it's really sort of the brakes have been put on defenses, particularly Freedom's, is really locked down on Wrightstown, and not only closing out fast, jumping to the basketball on the perimeter, but again, a flurry of turnovers, uncharacteristic turnovers by the Tigers.
11, I have them down for, Brett. By the way, Mike Sherry added on to it. He says, I root for Clubhouse too, Brett.
Yes, he does.
Bucks were bigger, faster, more physical first time. Not sure anything has changed.
What has changed is the weather in a slippery surface. There's snow coming, Mike. There's snow coming.
Yeah, was that supposed to go throughout the game or end?
No, I think it's going to end before the game, but it's still going to make for a sloppy. You know what they should do? Take
Extra
the tarp
sloppy.
off. I don't know why the Packers grounds crew keeps the tarp on. Let the snow build up on the surface and make it slippery and muddy. Slow down those inside linebackers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is Mike Sherry giving us a little
thing on Hank Aaron. I'll let you. I can read that if you.
Go ahead if you.
Well, we'll wait for another break in the action. But he had another interesting point about Hank Aaron. Again, Brett, do you consider him the all-time home run leader or
yes,
Bonds?
I think I consider Hank the all-time everything. I think he's the greatest baseball player that ever lived.
Wow, really?
Oh yeah.
I would say Willie Mays, but okay.
Well, Willie Mays was awesome too, but so many great stats. Mike Sherry and I were talking about it with Hank Aaron, but the craziest, one of the craziest stats in all of sports is if you take all of his 755 home runs, as Banky gets one to fall from the wing. How about that? And a big lead now for Freedom.
Yeah, Brett, I know the stat you're going to say, and it is amazing. It's Hansen for 3. No good. Bulk with the rebound.
We'll wait, because here comes 2-on-1. Bulk's going to kick it. Wow, look at that. Couldn't get it to finish. And now the Tigers flying down the court. Good feed to Hella off the glass. That's a big, big bucket. Big bucket for the Tigers. I was going to say, if you take 755 home runs away from Hank Aaron, he still has over 3,000 hits. That's incredible.
Absolutely.
3 ball. Ooh, rims out. A good look by Van Calster.
Couple empty possessions for Freedom. This is where Wrightstown, you got to start chipping away at that lead. Productive offensive possessions.
Well, again, they've got the offense to do it. They got the shooters to do it. 10-point lead really isn't that big of a deal, but easier said than done, of course, against a very good defense. Hello, working hard in the block. Little up and under off the glass. A little too far, yeah. Overlaid it. Oh, nice move, Van Calster. Can't get it to fall. Look at Peterson. What a game he's having tonight. All that hustle stuff, Ricardo. That was an offensive rebound and putback. Back up to a 12-point lead for the Irish. Skip pass. Hayes is open. He's going to let it fly from the corner. Got it.
Ooh, they need that.
Great look.
They need that.
Great look. That's Hayes' second three-pointer. He's got 10 and down to 9.
What they need is that flurry of threes that they're used to having during games. They can quickly erase this deficit. Oh, nice block.
Yeah.
Right, that was Hansen.
Collapsing defense underneath. I think Peterson may be wanting that ball in the post, but doing a good job of screening just to allow that shot almost to go up. You can see Corey Hayes with his hands on his head. Balk now with the feed. Working up and can't get it to fall. He is going to the line. Pace is quickened.
Woo!
But that was good defense here on this side.
Yeah,
I thought by the Tigers to block that shot.
Mike Sherry, more about Hank Aaron. He said he batted cross-handed while playing the Negro League. Once he joined the Braves organization, a scout for Atlanta, suggested he switch hands. He said he hit 2 homers that day.
Jeez.
Yeah, so interesting anecdote there.
number 2, Justin Lamers.
Brett, who converted on that?
Balk missed the free throw.
Oh, okay.
Gets that one to fall through.
So anyway, he hit those 2 home
check
runs.
Check that. He hit both. He
did
both.
hit both. Okay. He hit 2 home runs that day, but never batted cross-handed again.
I think it worked out. As now the Irish with the ball and going to set up their offense. Up 11, 12 minutes to go as Balk. He is so quick. There's Banky again. Look at Peterson ripping it. Another offensive rebound and a putback.
Right now, that is what Wrightstown is missing. They don't have a bulk who can go in there and break down, Brett, the structure of the interior defense and then dish it. You know, they don't have that kind of guard.
But then how about Austin Peterson, what he's just the hard work he's putting in on the offensive glass, saving possessions and scoring. As now a full timeout for Corey Hayes and the Tigers, their largest deficit of the game, down 13 points with 11:52 remaining.
Brett Peterson with 6 rebounds on the night.
And not only that, but he's getting his hands on passes, just doing a great job of establishing the post offensively. A whale of an all-around game by Austin Peterson, who has, I've got him for 14 points right now, including 8 this half. You know, talking about Ted Thompson and the passing of the great Green Bay Packers general manager, I was very happy to see that the Packers have said they are going to put his name on the Lambeau Field facade next season. That is a well-deserved honor.
Sure.
Usually that is reserved for Pro Football Hall of Famers. I would argue that Ted Thompson should be a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I think he deserves a bust in Canton, but it's nice that they're going to put his name where it belongs, because he has had some tremendous draft picks, and many of the stars of this current team were his selections. Well, let's see if the Tigers come out of this timeout with a little bit of a run. Van Zeelen, he was looking for the bounce pass coming on the backside. That was Jared Pelishek, but another turnover.
That's been the bugaboo for the Tigers thus far tonight, Brett. Again, 12 turnovers for Wrightstown. I have 7 for Freedom.
Three ball, couldn't get it to fall. And here comes Matthew Hansen. Time is now to make a move for Wrightstown. Down 13 with 11 and some change to go. There's a 3 ball. That was short. That was Jack Van Zeelen. Got to keep shooting.
Freedom has really taken over the rebounding lead as well, Brett, especially specifically in the second half. 8-4.
I like the patience there, right there by Van Calster. I think he thought about it. They're going to get a travel.
Traveling for Freedom number 10, Jace Midbond returning. For Wrightstown, Hayes, Jake Vince, Mike, and Joe Hella.
I said Wrightstown won both meetings last season on its way to a Northeastern Conference championship. Its 3rd straight shared or outright title. Freedom hoping to end that streak this season. Both teams 9-2 in the Northeastern Conference. You're looking at the NEC. Freedom and Wrightstown, as I said, 9-2, but then Little Shoot is 8-4. Then Denmark and FPL 7-3. As Hayes with the bucket. FPL playing some good basketball this season.
Both genders actually playing really, really well.
There's a steal by Hansen. Gets both of his paws on that one. Now he's going to bring it up the floor to Hayes. He's going to take it deep. Got it. How about that?
Well, that was an NBA 3, Brett. That was long for an NBA player.
He's got range, down to 8. And Hayes with 15 points, including 3 3-pointers, 2 of those threes coming this half. still, you that work between Peterson and Hella. That's been fun to watch there in the post. 3-ball, rims out, and Peterson he saved it.
Oh, wow, they did say it stays with Freedom.
Yeah, I think the official said he knocked it off of Joe Hella's hands. That was off the Jace Midbon missed three-pointer. So, again, another possession. Van Kelster coming off the inbounds, no good, and another opportunity. Loose ball, this time Balk has it. That's too many chances.
You know, Van Kelster's kind of had a quiet night from beyond the arc as well.
They're going to get offensive foul.
Okay, so that's 3 turnovers now in the second half for Freedom. So tide's shifting a little bit, and if you're the Tigers, you gotta really hit on this.
Van Kelster now picks up his third, so he has to sit down. Team fouls 2 apiece. So still 9:20 to play, and Van Kelster is out with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, bucket here makes it a 2-possession game, Brett. So imperative that Wrightstown starts converting on these possessions, be a little more efficient.
Hayes, he's going to take it. Ooh, good closeout.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted that 3, Brett.
There's a 3, working it, and can't get it to fall. That was a good look for Jack Van Zeelen, and they're going to get a foul, I think, against, is that number 21, Jacob Van Zeelen?
Fouls on Jake Van Zeelen, his third. Team foul number 3. 24, Owen Redkowski back in for the Tigers.
Just under 9 minutes left here in the second half. Freedom trying to hold on that lead. Look at Wrightstown putting a little more pressure, Brett, extending it.
Balk's going to take it. Well, wow, big rebound by Trevor Rootpiper, the 6'5 senior, saving another offensive possession. Almost a steal. Ball kicks it out. Got it. That's Midbon.
Sooner or later, those were going to fall as Hansen's three-pointer. No good. Balk with the rebound.
I'd love to know second chance points tonight. They're trying to feed it to Rootpiper underneath. Van Zeelen's going to spot up. Got it to roll in. Jack Van Zeelen, his second 3. He's got 6 points. That's a big 3. Ricardo, Wrightstown, they're within striking distance. It's only an 8-point game. So fighting back. It was as much as a 13-point lead for Freedom, I believe.
You know, but the thing with Freedom is that they don't let them get one of those extended runs.
That was a good look for Midbon. Oh, Hayes. I thought, yeah, he's going to take it. Oh, I thought that was going to fall. Now Benke's got it. And Freedom's going to set things up with 7 minutes plus remaining in this game. Entertaining game between 2 rivals battling it out. A lot of media here tonight. You know, it's a big game. We see our guy Doug Ritchie down there. Balk working off that screen. He gets through. That's too easy.
Yeah.
Kind of waiting for that help to slide through to pinch him off, but nothing ever happened. That's his first field goal of the half, but he's got 11 on the night. Hayes, like triple team. Was that left-handed?
And they're going to get a foul on Hella.
Yeah, looks like it.
I feel the Wrightstown when they go inside they forced it a little bit. Nothing's been smooth for them all night. Freedom has really amped up the pressure. 10-point lead for the Irish. 6:44 left in the second half.
Yeah, you look at Freedom with, or I should say Wrightstown with 33 points right now. They came in averaging 68.5 points per game. So, again, this game got off fast. But and once again, my prediction of a high-scoring game, wrong as always. Oh, there's a steal. Hansen's going to go up, lays it in, and it goes through for Hansen, who's got 7.
Irish already have 5 turnovers thus far in the second half, Brett, so they are being a little more careless with the ball as, well, you could say that's actually good Wrightstown defense as well.
Van Zeelen going to go right to the rim, up and in. Wow. And look at this. It's a 2-possession game.
Very nice, Brett. Hella with the rebound, getting it right out to Van Zeelen, who really takes it coast to coast. And just like that, it's down to a 6-point game.
Van Kelster's back in. He's in the paint, calling for it. Now he gets out. Again, you can see that battle. Peterson and Hella. See if they try to play a little high-low. Nope. Good patience by Freedom. And defense really pressuring the basketball are the Tigers. Five minutes to go. Hear the bench is clapping. Some of the crowd is clapping. Kicks it out. That's a 3. No good. And well, they're going to get, I think, against Hayes. And they are calling Sam Hayes.
What are they calling, bro? Was it a foul? Down low?
Sam Hayes, his 3rd.
That's his 3rd.
Austin Balt,
So all of that work.
turning for Freedom.
You thinking he get the defensive rebound, and instead I think maybe saying Hayes pushed off a little bit to get that rebound. Well, that's, wow, a block. And that's going to go against Jack Van Zeelen now. So that's the 6th-team foul against the Tigers.
Fouls on Jack Van Zeelen.
Time might be coming not really an issue yet, but it will be relatively soon, Brett. The way these two teams possess. I think Freedom does a great job of working that clock as well. Not really surprised there, Brett. Myron Staple. Correct me if I'm
patience, right?
wrong. Yeah.
And that's going to be a foul on Hayes. So
they're really trying to get into the bonus here?
Yeah, that's going to send, well, 2 things. That's going to send Freedom to the line. Blake Court shooting the 1-on-1, but that's Hayes' 4th.
Oh.
Foul number 7,
So if you're Corey Hayes, what do you do now?
Blake Courts. Shooting bonus. Jaden Benke returning for Freedom.
So Courts shooting the 1-on-1. They're going to keep Sam Hayes in the game with those 4 fouls with 4:41 to play. I think you have to. And Courts gets the first to rattle through. Makes it a 3-possession game at 7-point lead. And nicely done by Courts, who has 5.
Full timeout, Freedom.
And Freedom wants a full timeout to talk things over, regroup, set the strategy here for the last 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Fun game. Looking at the schedule, though, we talked about that tonight for Wrightstown. They're at O'Connell Falls, at Marinette, then Denmark, Clintonville, Wapaka, and at Denmark. Now, Denmark is a little bit of a tricky opponent. They've got that Donovan Short. I forget, he's like 6'9" or something. I think he's got an offer from USC.
Wow.
So definitely a force to be reckoned with the Vikings, who are playing pretty good basketball. Remember, it was just a couple years ago they made it to the state tournament.
That is true.
So some good basketball. A little bit of a down year for the Vikings, but then have regrouped nicely. And then you look at Freedom, though. Sun Prairie on Saturday, that's non-conference, and Wapaka. Then at FVL, O'Connell Falls, and Little Chute, at Clintonville, and at Luxembourg Casco. So a little bit of a trickier road for the Irish to close out the regular season. I know in your area rankings, you've got Freedom number 3 and Wrightstown number 4. Be sure to check out Ricardo's high school rankings. You've got Nina number 1 on the boys' side, then Kimberly, then Freedom, Wrightstown, and Xavier. His top 5 on the girls, it's Freedom, Kimberly, Appleton East, Brilliant, and Nina. Good basketball teams, both sides of the ledger. Big possession here for the Tigers, down 8. There's Hayes. He's going to take that a little bit long or a little bit strong. He's where he needed to be. Good look in the paint. But now if you're Freedom, Ricardo, and you're up 8, 4 minutes to go, I always say this, what's the rush, right? And you're in the bonus. Oh, nice bounce pass. Good feed to Peterson. Just kind of got lost underneath, and now back up to a 10-point game. Real good team basketball. Van Zeelen from the corner. Got it. Huge three-point bucket by Jack Van Zeelen, and a timeout now for the Tigers.
If you're Wrightstown, they're starting to heat up a little bit from the outside, but the rebounding, which they led in the early in the first half, has really gone Freedom's way. Right in the second half, Freedom is out rebounding Wrightstown 14-5. Now that has to turn around, because if you're giving them too many second chance opportunities, that lead isn't going to shrink, and it's hampering you in terms of getting offensive possession. So they really got to crash the boards or figure out a way to get that hustle play, get that rebound, Brett.
Jack Van Zeelen, that's his third triple of the game to this half. He's got 8 of his 11 this half.
Then you have, of course, Wrightstown, you're playing kind of with one hand behind your back, because Hayes has 4 fouls. He's even on the floor. I don't think he's on the floor either.
No, I sat him down here. 7 3-pointers for the Tigers. There's Wrightstown trying to trap in the corner. Good find by Balk, and now Freedom can kind of set things up again, but that's going to be easier said than done. They're jumping to the basketball. Almost a turnover, a little helter-skelter out there, but Freedom doing a good job. And now John Myron, he kind of sensing this is not going well. Let's call a timeout, and he does.
Good veteran coach move there, Brad. Myron's seen it all. Guys that won a couple state titles. He knows when his players are struggling just a bit. And, hey, you got to use those timeouts, right, Brett?
Full timeout.
Full timeout for Freedom. I think Wrightstown wanted to know right then and there, is it a full or is it a 30? And then the officials are saying, hey, relax, relax. You can see the intensity in this game when these two teams hook up. Got to love it. Yeah, last year's Wrightstown team finished 24-1 on the season. Really looked like a team that was going to finally break through for the program and get to Madison for the first time, but then COVID canceled that sectional championship showdown between the Tigers and Sheboygan Falls.
It would have been one of those rare with both the boys and the girls team.
Yeah, it's nice to see that the girls do have a Division III girls basketball state finalist banner right
Good
above the doors over
Great
there.
Team.
So, yeah, they deserved it. And I like that schools are doing that. Got to put something to recognize the tremendous season. You look at John Myron in Freedom. He's looking to lead his squad to a third straight 20-plus win season. Of course, we all know Myron, the head coach at Schwabenon before this. Longtime coach at Kimberly, led the Papermakers to back-to-back state championships in 1994-95. That was Division II. He was also an assistant at Little Chute and helped the Mustangs get to a pair of state tournaments as well. Remember those great Mustangs teams with Turner Botts and Kenny Lowe? It was a dunk a game with Kenny Lowe, at least. Van Calster, good job by the defense, but he finds Peterson. Man, all the defense really just surrounded Van Calster, and good vision by Van Calster to find Peterson in the backside, the weak side. Easy bucket for Peterson, who's having a big night.
Freedom just seems to have all the answers. Is that 3 by Hansen? There you go. That's what they need.
Matthew Hansen for 3.
He's got 10 now, and it's a 2-possession game, Ricardo.
Well, that's the threat of the deep ball, Brett. Can always keep you around.
I got Peterson 12 points this half, 18 for the game. Now if you're Wrightstown, just be patient. Let that defense.
Oh,
they got the trends. Right there you go. No need to foul with 2:21 to go, forcing the big turnover.
Hayes returning for Wrightstown.
Well, that's one thing. Again, Freedom has struggled a little bit in the second half, Brett. That's their 6th turnover. Wrightstown has 2. As the Tigers now can make this a one-possession game with the trifecta, Brett.
Well, they got some shooters out there.
Plenty of time, 2 minutes plus.
Again, we've talked about it before. Wrightstown coming into this game, the 4th most three-pointers scored in the state. No three-pointer there, but a nice shot off the glass by Hayes. And a 4-point game. Hayes has 17, 10 this half, and I think we've got a foul. It's like Austin Balk's going to go to the line, still 1-1 coming up.
Fouls on Hella, his 2nd, team foul number 8, Balk shooting.
So big free throws coming up for Austin Balk. He's 2 of 2 from the line. Both come in this half, and calmly sinks the first one. No hesitation.
No.
Just gets up there and fires away. Good spin. Nope, that one doesn't fall, though. So a 5-point game. Plenty of time for the Tigers. Hayes. Ooh, I thought he was going to take it. See if Hella, he's looking for some help.
Yeah,
He wants to
traffic
back
a
in
little.
Peterson. Nope. Van Zeelen.
Oh, that looks good.
Got it. Look at this. Look at this. It's a 2-point game. And you can hear the crowd, the Wrightstown crowd fired up. 1.5 minutes to play.
Well, now this puts everything into effect, Brett. Now you can foul, play at a free throw game here, and kind of, roll the dice and think that Freedom can maybe not hit all their free throws, and it still keeps you. Because if Balk hits 1 of 2, that's still a one-possession game, Brett.
Balk shooting bonus.
Now Jack Van Zeelen picks up his 3rd, but this is still the 9th team foul, so Balk's got to hit these. Gets the first one to fall. Didn't get a chance to add up Van Zeelen's point total yet, but having a big game. And can't get that one to fall. So it stays a one-possession game. Looking at Van Zeelen, he's got 11 of this half, 14 for the night. And he's got 4 triples. So look for number 4. You got Hansen who can shoot it. Now Hayes who can shoot it with the ball. Being guarded by Van Kalster.
Oh,
Turnover.
Nice. Quick hands.
Yeah, Van Kalster knocked it away. And now if you're Freedom, you're saying, come foul us. Take care of the basketball and a chance to win this thing at the line. Next foul is the 10th team foul too, so double bonus.
They got a foul now.
The good feed, looking for Benke. Creates a little space, gets it to fall. How about that? Good find. Deep 3 by Van Zeelen. That's short. Hansen, there's a scrum. Nope. That was number 14, Blake Courts, picking it up, and now things looking really good for the Irish.
So, yeah, Brett, I mean, again, we talked about a 50-48 lead for Freedom, but Irish making the right plays at the right time, Brett.
Mm-hmm. Some big turnovers and some big defensive stops, swatting it away. And now Van Kalster at the line, double bonus, so no pressure on this one. Can't get it to fall, though. Still got to knock him down. He is 1 of 3. Just 3 points for Landon tonight.
30-second timeout, Wrightstown.
So the Tigers burning another timeout, a 30-second timeout. That's a big free throw miss because it's going to keep it a 2-possession game. So there's still time for the Tigers. Boy, it got to a 2-point game, but that was a big bucket by Benke underneath. I thought maybe Wrightstown trying to create the turnover, but Freedom playing some pretty good offense, got it underneath, and Benke, good job finishing underneath. And then Van Kalster swatting it away on the baseline here, causing the turnover. Getting that close game that we wanted, though. But Freedom right now a chance to sweep the season series, and then that's it. They're not going to see each other in the playoffs because
That's true, Brett. Good point.
Yeah, Freedom moves up to Division II, so Van Kelster gets the second one to fall. Freedom
Now you
goes
got
up
to hit that three. You got to be quick here.
There it is, Van Zeelen. That goes over the backboard. But yeah, Freedom going up to Division II for this season only.
Check in for Wrightstown.
'Here's a little chess game going on between both coaching staffs, Brett.
Peterson trying to run the go route, but he was defended.
13.2 or 13.3 seconds left.
Is fourth.
6-point lead for the Irish, Brett, as they try to add on to that.
So Van Kelster shooting two more here, yeah, and a chance to really put this thing away. Still two-possession game. Free throw here. We'll make it a three-possession game, and let's see if Landon can knock one or both of these down. Gets the first one, and that's a big free throw. So he is 3 of 5 from the line. And Freedom now calling a timeout. I think Coach Myron probably talking to the crew, hey, listen, now we got a three-possession lead with 13.3 seconds to go. Do not foul. Of course, Freedom only has 2 team fouls, but let's just play good, clean defense and set the strategy here for the last 13.3 seconds. Fun game, though. Good comeback by Wrightstown, but I know when you talk to Corey Hayes, it's going to be too many turnovers.
Well, too many turnovers in the first half, and I think, okay, look, they're a three-point shooting team. They kind of live and die by that. You know, that's something they're going to have to figure out. As a postseason comes along, it's tough for them. In my opinion, like I said, I mentioned this earlier, they don't have the playmaking guard that can go inside and beat kids off the dribble or anything like that. They're mostly a three-point shooting team, and they try to post it down low. They got some, size with Hella, but yeah, they're gonna have to, if they're not shooting threes, then they're vulnerable. I guess for lack of a better way to describe it.
But credit Freedom's defense.
Yeah, Freedom's defense played a big part of that as well, though.
Outstanding, making it difficult, kind of hurrying maybe the Tigers sometimes, but it was really well done by Freedom's. Hayes quickly fires it, no good. And we're going to get one more foul here. Falk's going to go to the line, and this one's just about done. Not official yet with 2.2 seconds to go, but you can hear the Freedom fans across from us cheering on their Irish. The Irish now about to take a one-game lead in the Northeastern Conference standings. Balk 4 of 6. Now make it 5 of 7 from the line, all coming this half.
Yeah, right now, it's a 5-0 run right now to close out the game when it was 50-48 at one point, Brett.
And that is how this one comes to a close. Congratulations to the Freedom Irish. 57-48 winners tonight in this big Northeastern Conference matchup. And Freedom with the season sweep.
Yeah, I'm just updating my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
You can see John Myron and Corey Hayes having a little bit of embrace, talking things over. There's some intensity out there, I think, tonight, so that's what you get in a rivalry game. Yeah, I guess before you head down, I know you got to probably talk to those guys before they hit the bus and get out of here, but thoughts on both teams? Wrightstown's going to be just fine.
Right. Remember, these teams are in different divisions. Wrightstown in Division 3 will do just fine. Freedom in Division 2, I think they should. I think that don't discount them. I think. Yes, they're moving up a division, but I think they got the athletes, the defensive mentality to really do some damage.
Yeah.
And I think both teams, respectively, in their divisions, I could see both of them making it to the sectional level. So from then on, it's a kind of a crapshoot. We'll see what happens. But both these teams have really good rosters. Yeah, the Tigers. Okay, so maybe tonight they didn't shoot as hot as they have in the past. But if they do get hot, Brett, they're a tough team to beat.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And one of the top shooting teams in the state. So I really like both teams in their respective divisions.
Ricardo, it's always tough, too, in games like this because they know each other so well.
That's true.
I mean, they've grown up playing against each other. The communities are an easy drive away. I mean, you're there in no time. So you kind of throw some of the other stuff out. When it comes to playoff time, these games are only going to help both these teams when they play. When Freedom goes up to play some of these Division II squads, they've got the athleticism, the quickness, the length, the physical toughness underneath, and the defense to really make some noise, I think, in that Division II tournament. And Wrightstown's going to be just fine, like I said. Well coached, an established program, and I think it's kind of wide open because doesn't Xavier move up to Division II as well?
And again,
some of those teams.
Well, we talked about because in Division II, yeah, I mean they're not moving up a division. They're going to play Hortonville or West Appear. Those teams are in D1 now, So I think Wrightstown has a very advantageous scenario, and I think both Freedom does as well. So I think they're going to do fine. Again, I really think they can both reach the sectional level. From then on, anything can happen. So just get to the section level, put you in position to win 1 or 2 games to get yourself to the respective state tournaments.
Yeah, I think so too. It should be fun. But again, when you put these two teams that are so familiar with each other, it's tough to take something and say, boy, I'm concerned about this. Wrightstown, their 3-ball was maybe not as hot as normal. That's because of the Freedom defense, and there was things that Wrightstown was able to do to Freedom that stymied and allowed them to get back into the game after being down by, I think, as many as 13 points in the second half. So it's just a good rivalry game here in the Northeastern Conference, and this time it goes to Freedom. Congratulations to the Irish. They got the season sweep this year in the NEC, and now take a 1-game lead in the conference standings. Freedom thinking about maybe putting a championship conference banner up, but there's still a lot of basketball to be played. So we'll see how
Brett,
this all shakes out.
We got a couple good ones next week too, so can't wait to see. I know for sure that Beaver Dam Kimberly game I'm looking forward to doing. So guess we'll do this all again later next week, my friend.
Let's just keep pumping these out,
all right?
All
Thanks,
right,
guys.
Sounds good. Let me run down the scoring before I sign off. First for Wrightstown, Jack Van Zeelen with 14, Hansen with 10, Hayes with 17, and Hella with 7 for the Irish. Balk with 15, Midbond with 6, Peterson with 18, Kortz with 5, Van Kelster with 5, and Banky with 8. With the victory, Freedom improves to 12-3 overall, 10-2 in the Northeastern Conference. Let me just look at Freedom's schedule here. The Irish now 9 of their last 10 they've won, so heck of a streak for Freedom after winning this one 57-48 for the Tigers. Wrightstown falls to 12-4 overall and 9-3 in the NEC. Thanks, Rosie. With the victory, up next for Freedom, they're home against Sun Prairie. That's tomorrow night, a non-conference match, a very intriguing game. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m., so we'll see how the Irish do against the Cardinals. And Wrightstown, they're at O'Connell Falls on Tuesday. That's a Northeastern Conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. As for us, to be determined, kind of have an idea, looking to do Hortonville and Neenah boys at Hortonville next Friday. We are for sure doing the Kimberly Beaver Dam girls next Saturday. But I'll announce our next live stream on my Twitter account at PCBrettC. And remember, everybody, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long from Wrightstown High School, where once again the final score tonight, Freedom 57, Wrightstown 48. Thanks for watching, everybody.